Hi there, I'm Alayna, I work at Toews Sewing, and I'm here to give you the review on the brand new Janome Memory Craft 9400 QCP. It's a beautiful machine. I'm just going to go through all the things that I like about this machine. First of all, we can see very clearly here we've got a lot of space in the throat. It's 11 inches from the needle to the machine. We've got a lot of awesome features such as the highlight. So there's no shadow when you're working with your sewing. You don't see any shadow. That's true lighting, an LED light. You can adjust it. I also really like that there's an opening in the side here for a magnifying glass. Now this accessory is one that doesn't come with it. It's optional. But look at that. It's fully adjustable. You can rotate it to whatever angle you want. You can push it off to the side if you don't need it, or you can just pop it right off. I would like to go through some of the attachments that it does come with. I really like this cloth guide. It just clips around the base of, or the free arm of the sewing machine. You can adjust it to whatever seam allowance you want. You can put it at your 5/8 or 1/4 inch, whatever you need. We have 3 options for raising and lowering our presser foot. We have a regular one at the back, of course. We have a little button on the front, and we also have our knee controller. We have an extra large foot control, as well as a thread cutter controller there. But we have lots of options. We also have a thread cutter control on the front of the machine. I'm just going to demo with the foot control. I would just go to the smaller pedal and it clips and raises my presser foot for me. Or we have the option of unplugging our foot control and sewing with a little button along the front there and clipping with the button on the front of the machine. And again, it pulls both threads down to the bottom of the fabric and clips them off and raises your presser foot. One of my favorite things about this machine is the needle plate just pops off by pressing a button. So there's no more screws. So for cleaning, it's a lot easier to get under there. And it's also easier to change your needle plates. This one, it's very exciting. It comes with 3 needle plates. You get your standard zigzag, where you can do your buttonholes and decorative stitches and all the stitches that are on the machine. It also comes with your standard straight stitch needle plate, where you can do a straight stitch at any needle position. But what's very exciting is we have the new high precision needle plate. So we're going to get stitches that are straighter than ever. When we have our zigzag plate on, we have all this space for the needle to push fabric into, and every time the needle goes down, fabric is being slightly pushed into the needle plate and making it on a bit of an angle, the stitch on an angle. Where if we have our straight stitch needle plate, it's got this tiny little hole, so every time our needle goes down, there's not very much fabric being pushed into there. We're getting a really nice straight stitch and a lot less jamming. For example, when you're piecing triangles together on a lightweight quilting cotton, you're not going to have any jamming in your needle plate. The needle threader is great on this machine. You just simply press a button and it threads the eye of your needle for you. You have all the standard features of most computerized Janomes. You have a lock stitch. It ties a knot at the beginning and end of your seam. You have needle up, down. Oh, it came unthreaded there. That's probably because I used the needle threader without the thread in it. There we go. You saw how quick and easy that was. We have speed control, and that works with your start-stop button and the foot control. Oh, it's tying a knot right now. We've got lots of options for stitches, and by the way, you have the new 9mm stitch width, so your stitches are much larger. It has 350 built-on stitches. However, that is actually limitless because it does come with the computer program called Stitch Composer, where you can create your own decorative stitches and send it over via USB port. And that's exciting too because most regular sewing machines don't have a USB port, and this one does. You've got a nice big touch screen, so getting to your stitches is very easy. Each stitch is preset at a certain width and length, so I'm just going to press the picture of the zigzag, and I can start sewing the zigzag. It was already preset at a width of 3mm long and 3mm wide and 1.5mm apart. But I have full control over that. I can make it as wide or as short as I want. I have full selection of, full adjustment of tension and pressure right on my screen. We don't have any more knobs up on the sewing machine. And that's actually better because if I select a stitch that requires a higher tension, it's changed it for me. I don't have to remember that that particular stitch requires a different tension. We have 3 fonts on here. We have Block and Script and Broadway. And then we also have the larger size of your letters, the 9mm. So perfect for doing labels for your quilts. It's a really nice size. We have memory on this machine, so you can program names and make labels and save them onto your machine so you don't have to continuously type in Made with Love by Alayna or your name. You can combine decorative stitches together to create your own right on the machine, or like I said, you can use the computer program and create decorative stitches from scratch. So the possibilities are really endless. Well, I think I've gone through a lot of it. Oh, I didn't talk about the AccuFoot, the built-in Accu feed, sorry. That means it feeds from the top as well as the bottom. So sewing your slipperier fabrics, quilting, you're going to get even feed from the top and the bottom. There's even a little dial on the side that you can control if you have different layers of fabric, say a minky on the bottom and a cotton on the top. The minky stretches. I can actually speed up the bottom feed dog so it feeds the minky through faster, but it's feeding the cotton at the same regular speed. So you can adjust for different layers of fabric as well. That also helps with sewing stretch. If your stretch fabric is stretching out of shape, normally on a sewing machine we can't do much, but we can adjust the speed of the feed dogs, speed it through faster, and that eliminates that stretching out of shape that we can get sometimes with knit fabrics. We've got a lot of one-step buttonholes, 11 different ones. We just put our button in the foot, and it measures it for us, and it creates the perfect size buttonhole automatically. All I would have to do is press start, it sews the buttonhole, and it stops when it's done. All we have to do is press the thread cutter, and it clips our threads. I think I've gone through a lot of the important features. So give us a call if you're interested. It's a very nice machine and we're very excited about it. Thank you.